sponsored by Geico. Our pregame show doesn't have a sponsor. Our postgame show is now Delmarva Power. So, just so you know.
The Geico All Access pregame show. This is the Hawk Sports Network from SFMSports.net. 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 Our broadcast begins in 30 seconds. This is the Hawk Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 10 seconds.
University of Maryland Eastern Shore and SFMSports.net welcomes you to this presentation of UMES Hawks basketball. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car and renter's insurance. Pepsi. Courtyard by Marriott. Peninsula Regional Medical Center. UMES basketball is also brought to you by Hampton Inns and Suites of Salisbury. Signed by Tomorrow. And Frugals. Now, UMES Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
The Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks, led by 3 freshmen in the starting lineup on Saturday, fell a little bit short to the Hampton Lady Pirates, but they'll look to rebound tonight against a Norfolk State team that just picked up its first win of the season on Saturday afternoon. Welcome inside our pregame show from the Heights Athletic Center in Princess Anne, Maryland. I'm Brendan Gulick alongside Dave Bird. Maryland Eastern Shore and Norfolk State get ready for tonight's game. Norfolk State 1-19. Dave, you got your wish? They got to win before they got here.
Thank goodness. It's a sweat off my brow along with Coach Fred Batchelor. You never want to see a team coming in here with a goose egg no matter what, because you don't want to be that team that would just happen to stub their toe and give them their first W. So now we can go ahead and play basketball, and on paper, we should win this bad boy.
That's right. Well, Norfolk State probably a better team than their 1-19 record would indicate, and that is, you might say, well, gee, Brendan, really? They're 1-19. How can you say that? And to be honest with you, they're not that bad. They've got a couple players who really play pretty well. Most notably, Kayla Roberts. She was the reigning conference rookie of the year, first time in program history down in Norfolk that they had a rookie of the year in the conference. She's been another important piece for them this year with 10 points and 8 rebounds per game. And they've got one of the best players in the conference in the post. She currently leads the entire MEAC in rebounds and in double-doubles. Siobi Beslow, 11.6 points per game, just over 10 rebounds a game. Those two, Roberts and Beslow, will definitely be the go-to combination for them.
Yeah, that's right. But where they've struggled, Brendan, is at the guard play. And that's kind of ironic because I think the Hawks have had a little bit of the same problem. So this game could hinge on whatever guards play the best today.
Norfolk State is under, I say, relatively new leadership because their head coach is only in his 5th game tonight, but he's not new to the program. Larry Vickers is an assistant coach on the men's side, and when the women decided to make a coaching change, they appointed him as the interim head coach. So he is still doing assistant coach's duties on the men's side and head coaching duties now on the women's side. That is quite a schedule.
Yeah, that's about a 24/7 job. You know what I mean? You're trying to do 2 Division I programs, and how about this? You go to practice and you're there for a while.
Yeah,
it's kind of like us doing a doubleheader.
Kind of like it. No, and he's done a good job in the first few games. They've been a little bit more competitive. Even their losses were closer contests against South Carolina State, Savannah State, and Hampton before Norfolk went into Howard on Saturday and picked up their first win of the year, a 110-108 double overtime win at Howard. A really impressive showing for the Spartans on the ladies' side. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, you'll hear from head coach Fred Batchelor as the Lady Hawks take some free throws off to our right, getting ready for tonight's contest. It's Maryland Eastern Shore basketball on the air tonight from Princess Anne, Maryland. Back in a moment. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
Each week, go inside the athletics program at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore with Hawks Talk.
I'm Brendan Gulick, radio voice of the Hawks, and we're joined today by head coach Bobby Collins.
Hear from UMES coaches.
The one thing that we did, we played hard.
Student athletes.
Being a student athlete, obviously student is first.
We're happy to do it in front of what is a really nice crowd here on Wednesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings on Route 13 in Salisbury. We'll be here from 7 to 8.
It's Hawks Talk from SFMSports.net on Fox Sports 960.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in our pregame show this evening as the Lady Hawks get ready for Norfolk State tonight, and a pretty crucial conference matchup for Fred Batchelor's team because it's a chance to take a step in the right direction against a team who is coming off of just their first win of the season. Norfolk State 1-19, but as we talked about before the interview, they're probably a little better than their record would indicate. What do you like about them?
Oh, they have a little bit of everything. They shot the ball great from the perimeter. At least they did in their win. They went 12 for 24. 50% on 24 attempts is pretty good. And then they have inside kids. They got a versatile post player in Roberts, and then Beslow is a beast on the glass. She finished with 19 rebounds the other day and 9 offensive. So we're going to have our hands full, and then they got kids that can get to the basket and create their own shots, as well as a couple girls that can stand out and knock down open shots. So, we'll have some matchup issues. We're getting Lexi back today, which is going to help us. She won't start, but it's going to help us as far as matchups. And not having Tiamber Burke on the defensive end will hurt us a little bit, but I'm expecting the other kids to step up.
Kayla Roberts, last year the MEAC Rookie of the Year. First time in program history from Norfolk State that they had a player win that award. What did she do last year that was notable for you?
The way she's played, she's been a tough player for them since she walked in the door. She's had big games of 20 points, 20-plus points, 20-plus rebounds. She's a very dominant post player because she's versatile. She can put it on the floor, make plays off the dribble. She's got good size, and she can knock down the three. So she's a challenge, and I'm sure she's going to be motivated to play against us tonight. If she had made those finished the 2 free throws against us in the tournament, they would have been playing in the championship game as opposed to us. So I'm sure, like the last game we have kids that are motivated to come in and make up for where they may have fallen short in the past.
You're coming off a game where you basically played one bad quarter and the game kind of got away from you from that perspective. Even though the score wasn't close overall, the second half was pretty even in the way you played on Saturday against Hampton. Do you take any positives away from that second half?
You have to. You got to look at that. As you were speaking about it, I looked at the quarters. If you take out the second quarter, we're down by 2 after 3 quarters. That second quarter was huge, but you got to play all 4 quarters, and I thought they got some big play, and then they got some consistent play throughout the rest of the game, the third and the fourth quarters, to manage a nice league to beat us at home. It was encouraging that we did finish the game strong. I was really pleased with the play of Taylor Thompson and Regine Martin and even Brianna Sy, who hadn't got much minutes to that point. So I was pleased that we did finish the game a little better than we had played, and particularly in the second quarter. But I think we were all coming off of a little disappointed in the fact that we didn't take advantage of the opportunity to have, a team like Hampton at home and to let them off the hook. Well, they pretty much played a great game, and so we're disappointed with that, and we're hoping that this is an opportunity for us to come up and get back right.
You mentioned that Lexi Udoji obviously wasn't available for that last game, but she'll be back tonight. And on the injury side for tonight, Tiamber Burke unavailable. When you've got 2 of your veteran players like that who are sitting on the bench but not able to get into the game, what kind of contributions can they make to make a difference?
Their spirit. I really believe their spirit, their encouragement, and them helping the younger kids. This will be the second game that we're starting 3 freshmen. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that, we have those type of kids that are willing to step up and not afraid of the moment. But at the same time, it's tough when you have 9 juniors and seniors, but you're starting 3 freshmen. So it says something in regard to what we're getting from our upperclassmen. And if they're not going to be able to help us, as far as production on the floor, they got to lead us with their spirit in the locker room and on the bench.
Lady Hawks and the Spartans getting ready for tonight's game. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more after this timeout. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
The Hampton Inn & Suites Fruitland Salisbury South is passionate about getting it right. Their promise to you includes a clean, comfortable hotel room, located only 7.5 miles from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Also conveniently located within walking distance of 5 different restaurants, plus a shuttle service that can take you back and forth to the campus. Hampton Inn & Suites, an official hotel of UMES Athletics.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Norfolk State and Maryland Eastern Shore take the floor as we get ready for the opening tip-off tonight. Yasmin Hanna, Corinne Lawrence, Kiara Phillips, Siobhan Beslow, and Shayla Tanner out there for Norfolk State. Siani Byram, Regine Martin, Terriana Kelly, who loses the opening tip, Moy Sabritsky, and Kira Eaton out there for the Lady Hawks. We're underway here as Norfolk State takes it first. Phillips for 3 on the right wing, and the first shot of the game up and good for Norfolk State. They've got an early 3-0 lead just a few seconds in.
That was quick. That's probably how they scored 110 points their last ball game. That's putting that bad boy up.
You tuned in a little late. Norfolk State 1-19. They won their first game of the year on Saturday at Howard, 110-108. A double overtime win against the Howard Bison on the road. Eaton has it left corner for the Hawks. She looks underneath, finds Terriana Kelly, who had good positioning but missed the bunny. It goes out of bounds back to Norfolk State.
I hate to say it, but we've seen that before. I mean, great inside pass, bounce pass to the post, and she just missed the inside layup.
So Norfolk State has the basketball back. Lawrence tries to go to the right side. She's denied, so she goes back to her left, where she passes to Phillips for a left corner 3 that's too long. Rebound, Kira Eaton. Here come the Hawks. They've got numbers just for a moment. Eaton on the left wing, foul line extended. Passes to Sabritsky, who slings it up top. Now Byram goes to the right corner, and Martin wants to drive the baseline. She lost it in the paint. Spartans take it back. 1-on-3 the other direction as Phillips comes up trailing on the opposite side of the floor, but it's Lawrence that goes coast to coast to lay it in for 2. 5-0 Norfolk State, just over a minute in.
And they're wide open 3 and an easy full court layup.
Hawks a little slow out of the gate here as Byram has it right wing and goes up top to Martin. Kira Eaton back on the left wing with the ball, lobs it in the low post. Kelly has it up top to Martin for a left-handed 3 from the right wing, and she buries it. 5-3. It's a one-possession game once more.
Good
8:20
inside
left
outside.
open quarter.
Inside outside from Kelly out to Byram. Left-handed 3-pointer.
Lawrence picks up her dribble, passes up top to Hanna, who wants a 3. That one's just off to the right. Loose rebound in the corner, finally pulled in by Eaton. Kira races up the floor, dribbling only with her right hand. Goes toward the corner where Byram takes a pass. They swing it over to the left side of the floor and back to the top of the arc. Eaton holds the ball, goes to Moy Sabritsky for the Hawks. Here's Martin on her way into the paint. High off the window, no. Rebound falls to the paint. Everybody calling for it. It's Kelly that picks it away for the Hawks, and they get a second chance.
Good hands by Kelly that time. Go down on the floor, get the basketball, and come out with it.
Byram on the right wing. She's got a fresh clock after that missed layup hit the rim. And there's a foul underneath. Terriana Kelly will go to the free throw line here. Let's see who they hit. Goes on Shayla Tanner, her first. Team first.
Obviously, Coach Batchelor got him set on going inside to Kelly because the possessions of the ball has gone through her on every offensive possession.
That certainly seemed to be the way things went in the game on Saturday. Kelly misses the first of the free throw attempts. Here's Lexi Udoji back on the floor for the first time in a week. She'll come in for Regine Martin. And a substitution on the Norfolk State side. Shayla Tanner takes a seat. And now into the game, Dominique Harper. Harper, a junior guard from Cincinnati. She went to Winton Woods High School. It's on the northwest side of Cincinnati. Kelly splits the pair from the line. It's a 5-4 contest. Hawks down 1, 2.5 minutes into the first quarter. Norfolk State dribbling into the forecourt, going right to left in the first half. Green tops, green shorts with yellow numbers, letters, and trim. On the right wing, making her way toward the paint. Beslow lost the ball as she tried to throw it up into the air. Only got about halfway to the rim. Eaton pulled it down, and she comes up the floor.
I think Odozie got a piece of that ball.
Into the right corner. Sabritsky bounces into the low post. Terriana Kelly, one dribble, a spin, put it up, missed it with a right hand. Phillips, the rebound. Here she comes. She finds Lawrence zigzagging the left side. Out to an open Harper for a jump shot, mid-range right wing. Too strong. Hawks get it back. 5-4. UMES trailing by 1. 6:48 left, opening quarter. Hawks shooting off to our right as they work left to right here in the opening half. Byram slips through the defense on her way to the paint, and she was fouled before putting up a shot. Dominique Harper picks up her first, team second.
The Lady Hawks seem to have the trouble anywhere around the basket. They're putting the ball too low on the backboard. When you're in there, the best chance you have is the higher up on the board. You got a better chance of that going in.
Alexis Long just checked into the game for Yasmin Henna as Eaton hoists a three just off the mark from the right side of the arc. Rebound comes all the way out to Harper. She throws it up in transition and too far in advance for Corinne Lawrence. And back to the Lady Hawks. So both teams a little bit sloppy out of the gate.
Yeah. And the Spartans don't have any problem running up and down the floor with the basketball.
No, I think they've preferred to do it that way. Hawks trail by 1, almost 4 minutes in. Kelly, a jumper from the free throw line, misses long left. Rebound pops out. Here comes Harper for Norfolk State, 3-on-3 in transition, and an airballed layup from Lawrence lands out of bounds. Back to UMES. I don't know how she missed the rim from right underneath. Maybe she just didn't have a clean handle of it.
Yeah, both sides having a little trouble with the close-in shots.
Siani Byram in the forecourt. Passes her way around as Kira Eaton gets the ball, goes to the rim on the left side. No. Kelly, the putback up and in.
Very good. High off the glass that time.
That time she took your advice. Well, they thought about a three on the right wing. Long decided against it. Now she'll take one from even deeper and put it in. 8-6. Alexis Long just wanted to think about it for a moment. Norfolk State by 2. 5:34 left, first quarter. Hawks have the ball. Terriana Kelly on the baseline. Passes up top. Byram, the freshman point guard, gets a screen from Kelly. Pushes it. 10-6. UMES trailing by 4 at the 5:09 mark of the first quarter. Udoji passes over to the right wing where Sabritsky has it, and she'll go back up top between the circles. Exactly halfway through the first quarter, Hawks down 4. Norfolk State coming off their first win of the season. The second last team in Division I basketball to pick up a win on the women's side. Kelly missed the layup. Her putback draws a foul, and she'll go to the stripe.
Kelly working very, very hard in there. She is not lucky to get the ball fall.
Got immediate timeout on the floor, I believe, although they are just now coming off. Okay, 4:48 left in the opening quarter. It's UMES trailing 10-6 here on the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
The Hawks are coming home.
Just hold on, going home.
It's UMES Homecoming 2K16. The Hawks have big plans starting Valentine's Day with a gospel explosion. Monday the 15th, it's a Shore Overload Bonfire. The homecoming concert is Thursday the 18th. On Friday the 19th, it's the UMES Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Then Saturday, the Hawks face South Carolina State at the Heights. Get tickets and details at UMEStickets.com.
Gary Stockbridge, Delmarva Power Region President on investing in communities.
Over the next 5 years, we're investing $1.7 billion in our electric systems. Advanced technology is helping us be more responsive while letting you take control of your energy use. And we're trimming trees along more than 1,600 miles of power lines to help prevent outages and ensure reliability. This is our commitment to you. Our work continues.
Delmarva Power, online at delmarva.com.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Brendan Gulick, Dave Bird with you from the Heights Athletic Center in Princess Anne. It's UMES trailing 10-6 on the Hawks Sports Network against Norfolk State here tonight. Both teams off to a little bit of a lull at the beginning of the game. UMES has allowed Norfolk State to hit 4 of 9 from the floor. UMES has also pulled in 8 rebounds because they've had some offensive boards. They've only hit 2 of 9 shots. Both teams a couple turnovers already. So Tariana Kelly goes to the free throw line here. And she'll have 2 free throws after the foul was committed by Beslow right before the break. Kelly in a gymnasium that could not be quieter at the moment. Puts it up and in. Makes it 10-7.
Wow. That'll change.
I hope.
Yeah. Students will be coming in here.
Crickets in here.
They're all eating dinner now.
Our officials tonight, by the way, Norma Jones, Felicia Young, and Charles Huff. That was Norma Jones that went over to help Tariana Kelly. She had something wrong with her hair. It was kind of bizarre. On the way up and good from the line. 10-8. UMES down 2. Norfolk State has gotten out to a quick early lead in the left corner. Ball is being held, and they go back to Harper, working toward the left side of the floor. Lawrence dribbling left-handed, picks it up, bounces to the top of the arc where Brianna Daniels has entered the game. Daniels throws to Harper right wing. She'll pass it into the corner. Here's Beslow giving it right back, and a travel. Just under 10 seconds on the shot clock, and I think the Spartans began to sense a little urgency and rushed there on offense.
Yeah, the Hawks zone, I think, will give the Spartans a big-time problem because we have a size advantage with Udozi back.
UMES trailing 10-8 as Brianna Sy comes in. Coach Batchelor said that she is going to see increased playing time here because he really feels like she's earned it. Sy gave it to Sabritsky in the corner. She'll drive the baseline, kick to Eaton over on the right wing, and work back to the left side where Sy has it. 10 to shoot. Brianna spins to the paint, lost the handle. Here comes Norfolk State the other direction, 2-on-2, as Lawrence feeds underneath and then got it right back, but Daniels traveled with it before she could pass it back to her. Daniels should have just tried a layup.
I thought you should have shot it. She was about one step away from the bucket.
Wholesale changes for Norfolk State. I think we've got 5 on the floor. Yep. Ashante Doby checks in for the first time. Hannah is back out there. Shayla Tanner, Kiara Phillips, and the final player is Alexis Long for the ladies in green and gold. Under 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Brianna Sy loses the handle up top, but regains it before it turned over. Udoji has it just right of center, passes over to Sabritsky. Boy, looking around, goes toward the right elbow, drives to the middle of the paint, and she is harmed on the way up, and it fell through. Boy, Sabritsky with a beautiful layup as she controlled her body despite being hacked in the process. We are tied at 10, and Sabritsky's upcoming free throw could give the Hawks their first lead.
Yeah, great body control by Sabritsky that time.
Boy spins the ball through her hand, dribbles a couple times. And the sophomore, who is the leading scorer for UMES, lets it fire and puts it in. 11-10, Lady Hawks. Even though Norfolk State has won only one time in their 20 games this year, several of their most recent losses have been highly contested games. They seem to definitely be getting better. Here's a Phillips right corner 3, missing short. Sabritsky there for the box out rebound. Brianna Sy dribbles up the right side of the floor into the forecourt. Goes to work against a couple defenders. Slips by her to the left side, all the way to the rim, missed it. Another missed layup in the first quarter for the Hawks.
Point blank, right off the glass, from the left side.
Sy got her own rebound, and she pulls it out at the 3-minute mark. Underneath the Udoji, who wants to go to work, spinning around on the right block, and she's fouled, or no, I beg your pardon, she traveled. Shayla Tanner played good defense. I thought maybe she hit her on the wrist, but Udoji picked up that
travel before she got
11. Norfolk State 10. We'll have the men's contest half an hour after our women's contest finishes up. That one should be a thrilling contest. In the left corner, another door.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
The Courtyard by Marriott on Route 13 in Salisbury offers comfortable rooms and meeting spaces, as well as always superior customer service in a great location near the mall. Call 410-742-4405 and ask for details about their special UMES athletics rate. The Courtyard by Marriott in Salisbury, an official hotel of UMES Athletics and a proud sponsor of Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. 13 institutions, all striving as one to excel in the classroom and on the field. A premier Division I conference with 16 sponsored sports, showcasing the talents and strengths of our student athletes through hard work and perseverance. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Each week, go inside the athletics program at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore with Hawks Talk.
I'm Brendan Gulick, radio voice of the Hawks, and we're joined today by head coach Bobby Collins.
Hear from UMES coaches.
The one thing that we did, we played hard.
Student athletes.
Being a student athlete, obviously student is first.
We're happy to do it in front of what is a really nice crowd here on Wednesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings on Route 13 in Salisbury. We'll be here from 7 to 8.
It's Hawks Talk from SFMSports.net on Fox Sports 960. This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
We apologize for getting back to you just a little bit late here as we start the second quarter. We had a little technical difficulty that I think we've worked our way through. 9:23 left in the second quarter. Shantisha Bryant hit a free throw to cut the deficit to 19-17 now for the Hawks. It's Norfolk State basketball under their own basket on the offensive end. Ball is being inbounded by Basie. She finds a teammate underneath. Nicely done. Kayla Roberts cut right to the ball and laid it in. 21-17, Norfolk State. Byram coast to coast. Missed the left-handed layup. Here comes Norfolk State 2-on-1. Hannah fires it just a little behind Phillips, who caught the ball, got her timing back pretty quickly, laid it in to make it 23-17, and there's a whistle because of an injured player on the floor all the way on the other side of things. It's a Spartan who's down laying on her back. I believe that's Roberts. She was on the floor, and she's the only one I don't see standing up, so I can confidently tell you that's sophomore Kayla Roberts from Miami, Florida, who's receiving medical attention at the moment. It appears to be a left leg injury. 9:07 left in the second quarter of our game this evening. UMES trailing 23-17 to a Norfolk State team that has a 1-19 record. A little trivia for you. Maybe Dave knows, maybe he doesn't. We'll find out. They were the second last team in Division I basketball this year to win a game. Who is the only remaining women's team in Division I who has not won a game yet?
I don't know.
Take a wild guess. It's not in our conference.
It's not in our what?
No, it's not in the MEAC.
St. Francis.
You got one in a 350 chance.
St. Francis. Pennsylvania.
It is not St. Francis. The Air Force Academy.
Really?
There you go. The women's basketball team at Air Force winless this season.
Wow.
Only other team. Tonight, in fact, speaking of Division I basketball, while this is certainly an important fun game, the game of the night is on ESPN2 this evening. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Connecticut and South Carolina. Number 1 and number 2. They're going to play tonight on national TV. It's going to be a really good ball game. Pretty sure it's a 7:30 tip-off. Here's Sabritsky for 3 in the right corner for the Hawks as we get things back going. And she hits. 23-20. UMES down 3. 8:47 left first half. Norfolk State on offense shooting at the basket off to our left as Kiara Basie runs the point. They have a Kiara Basie and a Kiara Phillips. This is Phillips at the top of the arc. She's already hit a couple threes. 9 points in the early going for her. Phillips has it top of the arc, dribbles left-handed to the elbow where she passes away. 3 to shoot, making her way through the paint. Long puts it up, puts it in. Right-handed bunny from about 5 feet on the right half of the key.
Yeah, just barely beat the shot clock.
25 to 20. UMES down a handful. Byram, Hicks, Sabritsky, Udoji, and Kelly on the floor. It's Udoji through the right lane. Got a feed from Byram, but missed another layup. Here comes Norfolk State, 3-on-3. A stutter hesitation dribble from Basie. She'll pass it into the left corner. A redirect goes right underneath to Tanner, and she's fouled. Nice vision there from Yasmin Hanna to find Tanner on the low post. Lexi Udoji commits the personal.
And again, the Lady Hawks are getting to the basket. Nice move by Udoji. We just did not finish the easy shot.
Tanner missed the first free throw as Lawrence comes back into the game. Corinne Lawrence for Yasmin Hanna. Lawrence, a junior from Patterson, New Jersey. Second free throw up and good, 26 to 20. Byram working the left side, finds the top of the key where Kelly had it. As she tried to stop for a jump stop, the ball was pulled out from behind. Lawrence with a steal. Here she comes, feeds the right wing. Basie for 2, just inside the arc, missed. Got her own rebound, tipped toward the left corner where Byram makes a leaping save. Here's Hicks flying up the left side of the floor and a whistle. I have no idea what the whistle was for. Might have been a clock malfunction.
22. It's about right.
I thought it might be right, but admittedly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they changed it.
That was kind of bizarre. Okay, yep, it was a clock malfunction. Hicks leaves. Eaton back on the floor. And a new substitution for Norfolk State. Alexis Long back in there. I'm sorry, Kayla Roberts back in there. She came in after having to leave with that injury as Kelly gets hit underneath. And she'll go to the free throw line.
Spartans playing a packed-in 2-3 zone. The Hawks are still able to get the ball inside to Kelly and Udoji. Kelly fouled. Now see if she can get us some points from these free throws.
Norfolk State 26, UMES 20. From the line, Kelly's free throw up and no good. I don't know what it is about this game so far tonight and the energy in this arena. It just doesn't feel right.
No. There's a lot of going through the motions here so far this evening. We hope that changes.
It's very quiet in the arena, a very, very small crowd. Kelly up and good on the second free throw. Terriana has had the bulk of the offense tonight, 26-21. She's got 8 points and 4 of them from the free throw line. 7:21 left in the opening half. Sabritsky has 6. Byram and Eaton each have 3. Leading scorer in the ballgame, Phillips with 9 for Norfolk State. Phillips gets the pass on the left wing. She brings toward the top of the circle, dribbles between her legs, passes to Lawrence left corner. Lawrence denied a baseline drive. Back out to Roberts left wing as she goes up on Kelly. Kelly gets called for a foul. And if I'm being totally honest, I thought Roberts traveled before she dribbled. Instead, Terriana Kelly picks up her first, team's second foul of the quarter. Each team with 2 violations here in the second frame. Under 7 minutes to go as Roberts bricks one way up high off the glass. Ball tipped twice out of bounds into the Hawks bench, and it goes back to UMES.
Yeah, that was almost a jump ball. A couple officials looking at each other.
So, who's going to step up for UMES? They have not had a lead in quite a while. Their largest lead of the game, 3 points. That was late first quarter. Sabritsky wants a 3 left wing, and she missed it long, but Udoji was right there. I don't think anybody knew where she was. There was no green jersey within several feet of her. Uncontested rebound and lay-in, 26-23.
Weak side rebound.
Most of them happen to be that way on those long shots.
Correct.
Phillips, left of center, passes toward Lawrence in the corner, now to Roberts. Roberts holds the ball for Norfolk State, dribbles once, passes to Long left wing. Long dribbles right-handed, bounce pass to the right wing, where Phillips goes to work. 4 to shoot, she's got to hurry. Gives to Long, open 3, left of center, no. Missed off the front right side of the iron. It's tipped out of bounds off Byram, who couldn't pull it down. She just jumped twice and tipped the ball in the air both times. Norfolk State gets another opportunity and a fresh shot clock to work with as both Basie and Phillips are replaced on the floor. Tanner, Hannah, Long, Roberts, and Lawrence out there for Norfolk State. Long in the left corner with those bright neon green laced up sneakers. Passes around to the right side. This is Lawrence who has the ball. Step inside the arc. Give and go to Tanner. Poked away. Here come the Hawks. Down by 3. 5:49 to go in the first half. Eaton with her foot on the three-point arc in the left corner. Missed it short. She chased down the rebound and tipped it right as it went out of bounds. It goes back to Norfolk State.
Yeah, good hustle by Eaton. That was a pretty quick shot.
Fred Batchelor with a puzzled look on his face as he stands with his hands in his pockets in front of the Lady Hawks bench. Larry Vicker looking on for just the 5th time this year as head coach of the Lady Spartans. He is also an assistant on the men's side. Roberts missed a left wing 3. Long board comes out to Byram. 2 on 3. She dribbled it off her foot. Here comes Norfolk State 2 on 3. Into the left corner. A fake, a drive, but a travel. And it goes back to the Hawks after Hannah decided to take too many steps.
Both teams are pushing the basketball, and that's resulting in several turnovers.
We've had 15 first half turnovers. 8 for the Hawks, 7 for Norfolk State. 5:05 left in the opening frame. I should say the opening half. Udoji into a double team. She lost the ball. I thought maybe she expected a foul to be called. It wasn't. And instead, she just watched the ball harmlessly roll out of bounds. Timeout on the floor with 4:59 left in the first half. And UMES is trailing Norfolk State 26-23. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFNSports.net.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Peninsula Regional Medical Center is proud to be recognized as a national healthcare leader, delivering exceptional healthcare by exceptional people. The professional staff at PRMC is equipped to handle most injuries and illnesses that are non-life-threatening and can deliver immediate medical attention without an appointment. To get more information and up to the second wait times, visit peninsula.org. PRMC, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the UMES Hawks.
Get UMES Hawks basketball anywhere. Listen on your phone with the TuneIn app. Search SFM Sports Channel 2.
26-23, Norfolk State with a 3-point edge over Maryland Eastern Shore with just 4:59 left in the second quarter. Brendan Gulick alongside Dave Bird. Both teams have turned the ball over at too high a rate in the first half. They had 15 first half turnovers, but it's Norfolk State, the team who's 1-19, who's hit 10 of 25 shots early on, thanks to Kiara Phillips' early 9 points. She's done a nice job.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, if you did not tell me the record, then I would be hard-pressed to say that they were 1-19.
Norfolk State has a baseline inbound on the defensive end of the floor. It's thrown away. Kira Eaton picks it up in front of the Norfolk bench. Great pressure. So the Hawks get the ball back. They could tie the game with a 3. Here's Udoji, left block, bouncing back outside, and she gets called for a walk. Another giveaway.
She looked like a little unsure of herself. Not exactly what she's supposed to do with that basketball.
Udoji missed the ball game on Saturday. She kicks this one out of bounds. Dealing with an illness. She is back and able to play here today. Fred Batchelor did not seem to be too happy with his team's defensive effort there on the full court press. Roberts on the left side of the floor.
We had one girl pressing, Udoji, and the other 4 back down court.
Hanging out on defense somewhere else.
Yeah, miscommunication by the Hawks.
Brianna Daniels into the game for the first time. She goes to the right corner for a Lawrence three-pointer. 28-23. I guess it was a deep 2, and it must have said her foot was on the line. Eaton between the circles, passes right side to Byram for the Hawks. Skip pass back to the left where Eaton touches it inside. Here's Udoji on a post move, and it doesn't roll home. Rebound, Norfolk State. 4:03 left in the first half. On the right side, Lawrence fakes from 3, drives to the hoop, missed the layup high off the right side of the window. It's loose on the floor in the paint, and we've got a whistle against the Hawks, I believe. Yes, we do. It's on Terriana Kelly. She's picked up her second foul. It'll bring Taylor Thompson off the bench as Phillips also comes back in. She replaces Kayla Roberts.
It's out of bounds underneath the Spartans' own basket.
I think you said it right earlier, Dave. Kind of feels like everyone's just going through the motions.
Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Got me yawning.
Udoji replaced on the floor for the Hawks. Regine Martin back in. And we get a 3-ball off the inbound from Lawrence. Corinne Lawrence, the junior from Patterson, New Jersey, makes it a 31-23 lead for Norfolk State. Lawrence and Phillips both with 9 points for the green and gold.
That's her 4th 3-pointer of the half.
Sabritsky threw it up top to Martin. 10 to shoot. Martin dribbling around with her back to the basket for a moment. Now she goes face up, 5 to shoot. To Byram for 3, right wing. Long rebound comes down on the left side of the floor to Lawrence. She scampers up the floor, trapped herself in the corner where she passed it back away to Daniels. They work to the left corner for a 3. That one too short. It was pulled down by Hannah and company and then ripped away by Byram. Here comes Cece all the way up the floor. Nice move for 2. Timeout, Norfolk State.
Full speed ahead by Byram. She beat everybody down the floor. Left side of the basket for an easy left-hand layup.
It's 31-25. Norfolk State has a 6-point edge. That's the first timeout called for the ball game by either team. Norfolk State will not lose one at halftime. Well, I know it's an easy sort of a cop-out answer, but I feel like it's true. With all of the missed layups that the Hawks have had tonight, if they would have hit half of those layups, we'd have a tie game at a minimum.
At least, yeah, that's correct. We've got the ball inside where we wanted it. We just have not finished the shot.
Other games in conference tonight. Let's see. Morgan State's at South Carolina State. Coppin State's at Savannah State. Delaware State squaring off at Florida A&M. Hampton's playing Howard, and North Carolina Central in a non-conference game. They're playing Johnson and Wales. 31-25 at the 2:48 mark of the first half. Basie dribbling on the left wing. Kiara passes up top to Kiara Phillips. 10 to shoot. Phillips spins around, gives it away. Here's Daniels, top of the arc. Dribbling right-handed. Crossover, pulls up, step on the three-point line. No. Short rebound pulled down by Thompson. Here come the Hawks the other way, down 6. Byram steps back to the three-point line and surveys the defense, where she slings one to a cutting backdoor Sabritsky, who missed another layup. Back up top to Byram on the offensive board. She missed a 3, and it's pulled in defensively this time by Daniels and the Spartans. Martin almost stole it away in front of her own bench. Instead, Daniels threw it to the right elbow for a Yasmin Hannah jump shot. It's 33-25.
Left-handed jump shot from the right elbow. Norfolk wants to run every time down. The Hawks getting open shots, just can't make them.
33-25 Norfolk State as Byram nearly threw it away left corner. Martin pulled it away just in time, bounced back up top to CeCe Byram. The Hawks have it left wing now. Martin shoots a 3, way short out of her hand. She missed everything. Hannah the rebound. She guns it up the floor to Daniels, who hands the ball off to Basie in the paint. Back to Phillips for a trail pass 3, just a little short. Kira Eaton on the rebound for the Hawks, and they dodged a bullet there defensively.
They caught a break because it was wide open 3. Good passing by the Spartans.
Martin lobs into the post where Phillips got her hand on it. Thompson, the intended target. It's out of bounds off Norfolk State. 1:21 left in the half as Yasmin Hannah checks out with Alexis Long coming back in. And now we'll see Shalise Taylor enter the game for the first time for the Lady Hawks.
Well, Coach Batchelor's trying just about anybody, but right now the Spartans are outplaying us.
I think the word that would describe his demeanor at the moment, grumpy. 33-25. He does not look pleased. Thompson underneath, and she traveled with a rock. We can make that 11 first-half turnovers for UMES with 1:15 left before halftime.
We're trying to shoot the ball way too quick when we get it down inside.
Roberts has it on the left side, fakes right, tried to drive. Thompson shuffled her feet well. Long gets the pass, shoots a three, and hit it. Unbelievable. Norfolk State hasn't done this all year until last week. They've hit 5 3-pointers in the first half. Thompson underneath, and one with a left hand. It's 36-25. Check that, 36-27 now after the bucket. 50.5 on the clock. Tana comes back in the ball game. She'll replace Alexis Long after the second foul on Ms. Long. Thompson buries the free throw. 36-28. So both teams with 3-point plays. 5 of 14 threes in the first half for Norfolk State. Not typically a good 3-point shooting team until last Saturday. Phillips had it up top for just a moment, but an illegal screen behind her from Tanner gives it back to UMES.
38 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, the shot clock's still on. And we have a substitution. Yasmin Hanna back in there. Shayla Tanner sits.
That's her third. That's why. That's a big foul right there.
Sure is.
At the end of the half.
Byram runs the point. Goes to her left. Gives off to Kira Eaton. The freshman exchange passes. Now Sabritsky touches it high post. Into the corner. Taylor, left corner. Three. Yes! Shalise Taylor for three. The senior from Louisville makes it a 5-point hole. 36-31. Final 17 seconds of the half. Roberts holds at the top of the arc. 10 seconds to play. Gives to Phillips. She'll hoist. Missed it short. Rebound to Byram. 5 seconds to go. Cece races up the right side. Into the corner. Lost the dribble. In the paint. Picked it up. Threw it up. Put it in. Oh, my gosh. Dumb luck. And she knew it. She's laughing to herself as she runs off the floor.
It still counts as a deuce. It's a big bucket for the Hawks. Pulls us within 3 at the half. 36, Norfolk. 33, Maryland Eastern Shore.
I mean, she literally falling over just flicked the ball up. Totally off balance. But it went up just soft enough to be able to roll home. So UMES trails by 3 at halftime. The Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report comes your way in just a moment. You're listening to Maryland Eastern Shore basketball on the Hawks Sports Network.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. 13 institutions, all striving as one to excel in the classroom and on the field. A premier Division I conference with 16 sponsored sports, showcasing the talents and strengths of our student athletes through hard work and perseverance. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Hey fans, have you heard that UMES is trying to raise $48,000 in just 48 hours? You heard me right, 48 grand in 48 hours for UMES, here to support your athletic and academic programs. So please be prepared to make a difference this homecoming, February 19th through February 21st.
The Hawks are coming home.
Just hold on, going home.
It's UMES Homecoming 2K16. The Hawks have big plans starting Valentine's Day with a gospel explosion. Monday the 15th, it's a Shore Overload Bonfire. The homecoming concert is Thursday the 18th. On Friday the 19th, it's the UMES Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Then Saturday, the Hawks face South Carolina State at the Heights. Get tickets and details at UMEStickets.com.
Gary Stockbridge, Delmarva Power Region President, on ensuring reliability.
Electricity is an essential part of everyone's lives. It's a necessity, not a luxury. That's why we're investing in the communities we serve to help ensure reliable electric service, from new power lines and advanced technology to expanded customer service and energy-efficient upgrades. We're working harder than ever before. This is our commitment to you. Our work continues.
Delmarva Power, online at delmarva.com.
This is UMES basketball on the Hawks Sports Network, powered by SFMSports.net. The all-access halftime show starts now.
Brendan Gulick, Dave Bird with you. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Courtside from the Heights Center at UMES, where the Hawks trail 36-33 to the 1-19 Norfolk State Spartans. They certainly don't shoot like it.
No, they made 5 3-pointers, 5 for 15, 33% from the floor for the three-pointers, and 41% from the floor overall. They do not look like a 1-19 team.
I'm going to let you take the lead. Why don't you give us the halftime numbers?
The halftime numbers. The Spartans are led by two ladies, both with 9 points. Lawrence and Phillips both have 9. Alexis Long has 8. And that's most of the scoring for a total of 36. The Lady Hawks are led by Tariana Kelly, who has 8 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist to her credit. Udozi, who has been is back from injury, I would say injury, back from sickness to lead us with a couple block shots, but she has looked a little rusty because she does have three turnovers. 7 points from Byram, our point guard, 6 points from Shabritsky, and the others round out 2 or 3 for a total of 33. The turnovers are what jumps out at you, and I thought we had more than 11, to be honest with you, but we're going to go with the official stats, so to speak. The unofficials was about 15, but we're 11 turnovers for the Lady Hawks to only 8 for Norfolk State. But the shooting woes, the Hawks are shooting less than 38% from the floor for the first half, and that's been a key to the Lady Hawks. If we shoot the ball extremely well, then we're usually in just about every ball game. We have not come back. I don't think the enthusiasm has been there to kick off this homestand against Norfolk State. They need to come out a little fired up for the second half.
I expect Fred Batchelor and company in that locker room to have a fairly fiery message, to borrow the same word you did. I imagine that's going to be a locker room where things are going to be inspiring. We'll just leave it at that.
Also, the last thing, points off turnovers, like I forgot to mention, Norfolk has 13 points over our turnovers, where we only have 7. So that's the difference in the basketball game. If we take care of the ball a little bit better the second half, come out with some enthusiasm, we're going to win the basketball game. But it looks like to me it could go down to the wire. Norfolk State. They've tasted a W. You know what? That may be something that they liked. So they're playing a little bit harder than the Hawks at this point.
Well, the Lady Hawks turned it over 11 times in the first half, and they missed far too many first half layups. Those two things alone are the lead contributors to their 3-point first half deficit. Timeout on our Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. When we come back, we'll take a look at the MEAC scoreboard and also give you an update on a couple national games that are being played this evening. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Each week, go inside the athletics program at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore with Hawks Talk.
I'm Brendan Gulick, radio voice of the Hawks, and we're joined today by head coach Bobby Collins.
Hear from UMES coaches.
The one thing that we did, we played hard.
Student athletes.
Being a student athlete, obviously student is first.
we're happy to do it in front of what is a really nice crowd here on Wednesday night. Buffalo Wild Wings on Route 13 in Salisbury. We'll be here from 7 to 8.
It's Hawks Talk from SFMSports.net on Fox Sports 960.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
The Courtyard by Marriott on Route 13 in Salisbury offers comfortable rooms and meeting spaces, as well as always superior customer service in a great location near the mall. Call 410-742-4405 and ask for details about their special UMES athletics rate. The Courtyard by Marriott in Salisbury, an official hotel of UMES Athletics and a proud sponsor of Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
The UMES Hawks All Access Halftime Show continues on SFMSports.net.
36-33. Norfolk State leads by 3 points at halftime. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report. Speaking of Buffalo Wild Wings, we hope you'll join us on Wednesday night this week from 7 to 8 o'clock, live at Buffalo Wild Wings on Route 13 in Salisbury, where we'll have Hawks Talk live as we do every week. Hoping to be joined by Bakari Copeland this week from the men's team. Fred Batchelor will be there, and one of Bobby Collins' assistant coaches will join us on Wednesday night, though we are not yet sure who that'll be. But hopefully you'll be able to join us. We've had 3 really good coaches shows so far, and looking forward to that trend continuing throughout the rest of the season. We told you we'd look at the national scene here in this second and final segment of our halftime show. We mentioned earlier that South Carolina and Connecticut are squaring off in women's basketball tonight. This time the game being played in Columbia, South Carolina, but Connecticut's still the favorite in that one as the undefeated #1 team in the country. The other big game that is also on ESPN2 tonight, and by the way, I should preface this, that UConn game against South Carolina is at 7 o'clock, not 7:30 on ESPN2. At 9 o'clock, immediately following that game, live from Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio, it'll be the 7th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes against the 5th-ranked Maryland Terrapins, a team that UMES saw earlier this year, and that was not a close contest. Maryland is very, very good. That should be an excellent game. UConn has actually played both Ohio State and Maryland already this year. The Huskies opened the season with a drubbing of Ohio State. That game also played in Columbus, and the Huskies won 100-56. They played a much tighter game with Maryland, 83-73. Connecticut also beat Notre Dame by 10 earlier in the season as well, and they've had a few blowout wins along the way. But, boy, I'll tell you what, that Connecticut team looks like they are on pace to win their 4th consecutive national championship. It's hard to say that, let me put it this way. You don't ever really want to speculate because so many different things can happen. But when you've won 3 championships in a row, and last year, the only time that they lost a game under this current senior class, they lost 1 game in the 2nd game of the year against Stanford. Every other game, they're just rolling. They are unbelievable.
They really haven't been in a tight game. So it'd be interesting to see if what happens in a tight game. No matter how good a player you got, and they got the best player, then you need to find how they react in a tight situation. That could happen tonight. In prime time for the ladies, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock on ESPN2. I'm going to hustle home and see the end of that Maryland contest maybe.
Brianna Stewart is attempting to become the first ever college basketball player on the women's side or on the men's side to win 4 national championships and 4 most outstanding players in the Final Four. Last year, Stewart was very emotional on the stage when UConn was winning, or I should say once they won the game. She was emotional on that stage because she felt that Mariah Jefferson, their standout shooting guard, should have won the most outstanding player, but she earned that honor, according to the media members that were there. And so she's got a chance this year to take home her 4th. But I can tell you, after having seen Connecticut several times last year in person, they are a machine. I mean, they are truly amazing. And if you've never had a chance to see them play in person, do yourself a favor if you're a women's college basketball fan and go watch them play. It's like watching the Yankees play baseball. It's like watching Tom Brady play football. They are the measuring stick.
That's right. And by the way, the Big Ten is a really good league in women's basketball.
Sure is.
It'd be a good opportunity if you're a college basketball fan to go watch any Big Ten game. The other night, I was trying to think of the young lady's name. She scored 61 points.
I did not see that.
Oh, yeah. She scored 61 points.
Was it Kelsey Mitchell for Ohio State?
No, it was Minnesota Northwestern, I believe.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Minnesota won in maybe double OT, but she set the standards of the 61 and just lit it up. I read the article. Might have been Saturday after our doubleheader here at the Hawks, but I don't care where you're playing. If you get to watch somebody drop 61, that is really, really exciting.
No doubt about that. No doubt. We'll step aside. It's our final timeout. When we come back, you'll have the second half between Norfolk State and Maryland Eastern Shore here this evening. Back in a moment. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Peninsula Regional Medical Center is proud to be recognized as a national healthcare leader, delivering exceptional healthcare by exceptional people. The professional staff at PRMC is equipped to handle most injuries and illnesses that are non-life-threatening and can deliver immediate medical attention without an appointment. To get more information and up to the second wait times, visit peninsula.org. PRMC, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the UMES Hawks.
The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. 13 institutions, all striving as one to excel in the classroom and on the field. A premier Division I conference with 16 sponsored sports, showcasing the talents and strengths of our student athletes through hard work and perseverance. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Corinne Lawrence starts the second half with a three-pointer for Norfolk State, and they take a 39-33 lead. That's their 6th three-pointer in the ballgame. You tune in a little late. I'm Brendan Gulick alongside Dave Bird. That's been one of the big storylines tonight.
That's how they started the game.
Eaton drives the left baseline for the Hawks. She is stuffed. The ball ripped right out of the air by Kayla Roberts. She wanted nothing to do with having a shot put up right in front of her. Roberts has it at the top of the arc, fakes on Udoji, drives right down the middle of the key, missed the shot, and then grabbed her own rebound. Unboxed out, if you will.
That's right. Nobody put a body on her anywhere.
On the left half of the floor, this is Lawrence dribbling left-handed. The junior guard goes right through the middle of the paint. The high teardrop floater, right hand missed. Udoji pulls down the rebound for UMES, feeds Byram, who drives the right lane all the way up the floor, and she's fouled. Byram raced up that far right side of the floor as the Hawks go right to left here in the second half.
Byram's usually can get through the hole anytime she wants, and she usually finishes at Fairview. I mean, she's a good three-throw shooter, so it's a good way to get points for the Hawks.
Byram did not connect. Bite your tongue, sir.
Right on cue. I should never say it.
Cece has played well of late, and she is one of the better free throw shooters for the team. And the second one is pure. 39-34. UMES has played almost the entire game from behind. They had one brief lead. That was it. In the low paint. Turning things around, passing back out to Lawrence. Into the corner for a Phillips three. No. Rebound loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Eaton. By the way, actually, they did have a couple of leads. 1 point, the whole back and forth. Somebody scores up by one. The next team scores up by one. They had a couple of those. But the Hawks' largest lead in the first half was 3 points toward the tail end of the first quarter.
And that was early.
Yeah. Here's Udoji underneath the basket, finishing with her right side as she got a pass from Kelly in the high part of the key.
Little high-low action that time.
39-36, Norfolk State. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. With her back to the bucket, Beslow gives it off. She's the leading scorer for the Spartans. Up top to Lawrence, who uses 2 screens to drive to the hoop on the right lane. It sat on the top of the rim and fell away, no good. Byram and Kiera Eaton come down with it. This is Byram all the way to the rack. Forced it up, and it is and one. Thought at first
we were waiting. She looked like she pointed to the floor.
Felicia Young looked like she was going to wave it off, and then last second she decides the bucket counts. It's another foul on Corinne Lawrence. So the Hawks have a chance to tie the game here. Good. 39-39.
Byron been the offense for the Hawks at the beginning of the third quarter.
She's definitely carried her weight. Hannah has it on the right wing and passes up top. Beslow looks into the right corner. A chest pass over to Lawrence for the Spartans. Back to Beslow. 18-footer, bright baseline, no. Rebound pulled down by Udoji. Here come the Hawks up the floor right to left as Byram dribbles. Passes left side to Eaton, who looked into the high key and threw it away where Kelly wasn't paying attention. The ball loosely dribbled out of bounds near midcourt. Back to Norfolk State.
Yeah, that was not a good pass by Eaton because you don't want to try to hit the big girl in full stride down the middle of the lane. That's not going to happen.
We are tied at 39. Finally, a little bit of life in this arena. On the left side, Hannah dribbles a few times, circles back up top, finds Phillips, who fakes once and traveled before she passed off a second time. She disagrees with the call. UMES tied with Norfolk State at 39. Nobody really cementing themselves as the go-to player on the Hawks side here this evening. Udoji finds Tariana Kelly, who fires back to the right corner. Back to Udoji, little triangle offense, and she stepped out of bounds. Lexi Udoji, 4 points in 16 minutes, but she just committed her 4th turnover.
A little too deep on the baseline. You need to step up or step in front of that defender. Low spin move, she'd be wide open.
From the right baseline, a 15-foot jump shot up and in for Beslow. 41-39, Norfolk State. Beslow's got her first 2 points of the game. She's had a quiet evening. Usually averages almost 12 a night. Sabritsky and Byram exchange passes. Now to Kelly, who's nudged in the high post as Phillips moved her off her center.
2-3 zone the Hawks are playing.
Third foul on Norfolk State already in the second half.
And when the Hawks have the ball out of bounds, underneath their own basket in a box.
Basie replaces Lawrence for Norfolk State, who goes to that zone defense with Byram feeding into the post and make it a 4th foul on the Spartans. Tariana Kelly was hit from behind as she was trying to receive the pass. Roberts picks up her first, and again, team 4th of the third quarter. No fouls yet on the Hawks this frame.
Same setup, out of bounds underneath their own basket in a box.
Byram finds Kelly in the right corner. UMES gives the ball back to their point guard. Into the high post. Udoji redirects to Sabritsky, who fakes, finds an open Eaton 3-ball left wing, too long. Byram comes in for the offensive rebound from the backside. Brings it back to the top between the circles. Hawks down 2. 5:50 left third quarter. A high screen from Kelly. Byram rolls left on her way to the hoop. Fades away, and she's hit. 2 shots coming.
She gets to the basket. She gets to the basket with the best guards in the league, and she is left-handed, which the opponents have not seemed to figure that out yet because she's going dead left the entire time.
First one up and good for Byram, who's got 12 points in 21 minutes. Kayla Roberts replaced on the floor with Alexis Long coming back on. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 turnovers for Byram. Make it now 13 points. She's at 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 41-41, 5:37 left. Basie dribbling around to the left side. She's got a brace on her right knee. Passes underneath to Beslow, who goes right back up top to Long. 1 dribble to the left. Long 2, no. Beslow tracks down the rebound on the right corner and saves it for the Spartans. Lawrence picks up her dribble. She needs some help, finds Beslow on the high key. Back out top to the right side now in Basie. Shot clock quickly expiring as Basie goes to the middle of the key. Missed it short off the front of the rim from just in front of the rim as it was.
Yeah, you got a good look from about 4 feet, and we're still short.
Half the third quarter has expired. Eaton is bothered outside the perimeter left wing and goes up top to Byram. Now Sabritsky right side of the floor. 4:50 and counting, third quarter. Tied at 41. Sabritsky backing through the lane, faces up, and she's hit. 6th foul of the quarter on the Spartans. That's Eastern Shore is just driving right at the basket, and it's the 3rd foul on Alexis Long. We'll see free throws when we come back. Sabritsky heads to the line.
They have 3 players with 3 fouls now. Fouls are going to be a problem late in the fourth quarter.
Timeout from the Heights Center. 41-41. Back in a moment here on the Hawks Sports Network.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
The Courtyard by Marriott on Route 13 in Salisbury offers comfortable rooms and meeting spaces, as well as always superior customer service in a great location near the mall. Call 410-742-4405 and ask for details about their special UMES athletics rate. The Courtyard by Marriott in Salisbury, an official hotel of UMES Athletics and a proud sponsor of Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
You're listening to Lady Hawks Now, and coming up, it's the Fighting Hawks. Listen to UMES basketball on Fox Sports 960 and anywhere at SFMSports.net.
Maryland Eastern Shore and Norfolk State in a tightly contested ball game, 41-41. UMES on the season, 6-15. They're 4-5 in conference play, winners of 3 of their last 5 as Moy Sabritsky heads to the free throw line. Averaging 11 points a game, team's leading scorer, and probably an all-conference player if you were to make a vote today. She gives the Hawks their first lead since midway through that first half. It's 42-41. Sabritsky is a 65% free throw shooter. The second one on the way. It's also good. 43-41, UMES against the Norfolk State team who just picked up their first win of the year in 20 tries on Saturday afternoon and a double overtime win in Howard. Roberts, top of the key, passes left side to Phillips, who's had a good ball game. She's got 9 points. Underneath, Phillips works her way to the rim and missed the shot. Rebound, Sabritsky. Phillips right on her tail all the way up the floor as Moy gives it up.
Phillips looking for a foul that time on the offensive end, did not get it.
Sabritsky has it again. Gives back to Byram on the right side as Fred Batchelor waves his players over to set a screen. Clears out for Eaton in that left corner, and she threw it to an official. Out of bounds, looking for, actually that was Norma Jones.
He was looking for a dozy, and that's a high throw when it goes over top of your dozy.
So Maryland Eastern Shore, with a 2-point lead, just committed its 15th turnover. We'll have the men's contest 30 minutes after this one wraps up, right around the ballpark of 7:30. Basie passes into the corner. Here's Roberts on the way to the rim, and she just blew by Udoji. Lexi not having a good ball game tonight.
She looks a little rusty, and maybe is still pretty weak, I'm sure, from sickness.
Byram passes to Eaton on the right wing in a 43-44, check that, 43-43 ball game. Here's Udoji from the right elbow, off the mark. Norfolk State grabs the rebound. Daniels to push the tempo. She goes all the way up the floor, passes to the left corner, jump shot up and good from Harper. Dominique Harper buries it to give the lead back to Norfolk State.
Drive and kick.
Harper's got 5 points. Sabritsky in rhythm all the way up the floor, draws a foul.
She's going to the free throw line again.
Hawks are in the bonus here in the third quarter after Kayla Roberts picks up her second personal. 7 fouls this quarter on Norfolk State. 3:12 left in the third frame. And Sabritsky at that free throw line tries to tie the game once more. Boy takes her time and missed it long and too far to the left. By the way, the crowd here is starting to get a little bit bigger in anticipation for one of the biggest games of the year here at home. Norfolk State on the men's side has beaten the Hawks 23 of the last 26 times they've met. Sabritsky split the pair. Timeout called for by Fred Batchelor, and that's going to turn into a media timeout. 45-44, Norfolk State. Back in a moment. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
The Hampton Inn and Suites Fruitland Salisbury South is passionate about getting it right. Their promise to you includes a clean, comfortable hotel room, located only 7.5 miles from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Also conveniently located within walking distance of 5 different restaurants, plus a shuttle service that can take you back and forth to the campus. Hampton Inn and Suites, an official hotel of UMES Athletics.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
UMES is winning the battle on the glass, and they've done a good job with 15 of 21 from the free throw line, Dave. But they find themselves trailing 45-44 near the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a telling stat because the Spartans are only 3 of 4, which is good, but they've only shot 4 foul shots. That's unusual. And when you look at the scoreboard now, the Spartans have committed 7 fouls, and the Hawks, the big goose egg up there so far, with only 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third quarter.
They've done a good job, no doubt about that. Beslow, Harper, let's see, Daniels, Roberts, and Basie come out for Norfolk State. Udoji to guard the inbound. She is really bothering Beslow, who gets it into Harper. Harper racing up the middle of the floor. Dribbles with her left hand, passes into the left corner. Roberts gets the ball, throws it back up top. Daniels back to Roberts' left corner. Back to the top of the arc now for a Basie three-pointer. Off to the right, no good. And a foul underneath the basket on the rebound attempt. It'll stay with Norfolk State. Terriana Kelly is the culprit.
And everybody left, and it was just Kelly and Roberts down there, and Kelly got the foul. That's her third of the game.
It is, and so it brings Taylor Thompson off the bench. Leading scorer in the ball game, Siani Byram, 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Beslow at the top of the arc, goes to her right. She'll give the ball off to Yasmin Hanna, Y-A-Z-M-E-N, Yasmin Hanna. Hannah looking for the ball back in the right corner. Instead, a pass up to the top of the circle. Harper dribbling around left-handed, 12 to shoot. Passes left side, now they post up. Beslow back to the arc. It's a 3-ball coming. Too short from Hannah. Taylor ripped around the rebound as she tucked it between her right wrist and right bicep. Siani Byram all the way up to the rim. Missed the left-handed runner. Here comes Lawrence in transition for Norfolk State, and she finished and won. Unless, wait a second. The officials converging, and they will call it a basket. I think some of the Hawks fans initially reacted as though that was going to be an offensive foul, but instead it goes on CeCe Byram, her first. No, check that. Sabritsky, her second.
I thought didn't he say there was a charge?
Originally, that's what they called, but they have changed that. It's now on and one. Lawrence, free throw up and good. It's now 48-44. Norfolk State trying to win its second game of the year in as many contests. We still got the fourth quarter ahead of us. 2 minutes left, third frame. And a travel on Taylor Thompson on the offensive end for UMES. Yet another turnover.
That looked like the hot potato in their hand.
If you ask me tonight, wow, the Hawks have lacked focus from the outset.
Yeah. Well, a little focus and enthusiasm are not here so far tonight.
They work the ball into the low post where Beslow backs away, creates a shot, missed it from the right baseline. Sabritsky, the weak side rebound, dribbling with her eyes up the floor, and she spins around a couple defenders, slips through another one in front of her bench, on the way to the hoop, blocked by Beslow out of bounds. 95% of what Sabritsky did there was great until the end of it.
That's been the trend, unfortunately, of this game. We've got to the basket and not finished.
Moy takes the inbound, skip pass to the left side of the defense. Eaton up top to Udoji, back right corner now Sabritsky. Moy with her back to the hoop, just inside the arc, passes once more up top. 8 to shoot, Byram has the ball. Udoji sets a screen. CeCe uses it, rolls to her right, on the way to the hoop, blocked. Roberts right there. Here come the Spartans, playing good interior defense all the way up the floor. The transition offense in sync as well. Hannah finishes for two, 50-44. And right now, Norfolk State is absolutely pummeling the Hawks. Here's another turnover. Lawrence in the backcourt, and it's kicked by UMES. We haven't seen the Hawks play like this in quite some time.
I can't remember. But the Spartans are pushing the ball, they're scoring, and immediately jumping into a 2-2-1 press, getting a few turnovers out of that and some easy buckets.
Harper trying to drive off the inbound, uncontested to the rim. I mean, nobody touched her.
And that's an easy basket.
44. Byram slips through the defense, coming up the left side of the floor and finds a way to the hoop. She lays in the left-handed layup. She's got 15 points, along with Corinne Lawrence. 52-46, final minute of the third quarter. And Sabritsky kicks one out of bounds on the baseline.
40 seconds on the clock, 25 seconds on the shot clock. Out of bounds underneath their own basket. And Norfolk State Spartan.
Well, the ball had rolled under the gate that separated part of this indoor arena from actually the track. If you've never been to the Heights Center, this is actually a building large enough to hold an entire indoor track. And the basketball floor is right in the middle of it with the stands that pull out to it. 3-ball from Roberts off the inbound miss, but an offensive rebound. 5-second difference between game and shot clock. Here's Roberts in the left corner. Pass to the free throw line where Harper hits a jump shot, and then it popped out. Oh, my gosh, it looks so good coming out of her hand. 20 seconds to play. Byram at the top of the key for the Hawks will likely hold for the last shot with her team down 6. Norfolk State has controlled the tempo throughout this game. 7 seconds to play third quarter. Thompson sets a screen. Here's Byram. She slips at the left elbow and lost the ball. That is a microcosm of what's gone on this whole evening. UMES trailing 52-46.
The Hawks. I'm trying there. 17, if that's not on here, it could be the 18th turnover of the half. Wow.
No, 18th turnover of the game.
Of the game, I mean.
Yeah. Fourth quarter coming your way next with UMES down by 6. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Gary Stockbridge, Delmarva Power Region President on investing in communities.
Over the next 5 years, we're investing $1.7 billion in our electric systems. Advanced technology is helping us be more responsive while letting you take control of your energy use. And we're trimming trees along more than 1,600 miles of power lines to help prevent outages and ensure reliability. This is our commitment to you. Our work continues.
Delmarva Power, online at delmarva.com.
Peninsula Regional Medical Center is proud to be recognized as a national healthcare leader, delivering exceptional healthcare by exceptional people. The professional staff at PRMC is equipped to handle most injuries and illnesses that are non-life-threatening and can deliver immediate medical attention without an appointment. To get more information and up to the second wait times, visit peninsula.org. PRMC, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the UMES Hawks.
UMES trailing 52-46 as we start the fourth quarter. We've played 12 seconds already. Norfolk State knocked one out of bounds. So it's Hawks basketball shooting at the hoop off to our left. Brendan Gulick, Dave Bird with you. As Lexi Udoji goes into the paint, lost the ball, then tried to throw it up as she sort of regathered it. It was an ugly shot. Here comes the Spartans the other direction. Roberts holding at the top of the key, bounces to the left side. Corinne Lawrence, who's got 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting tonight. Passes to Dominique Harper. Back to Lawrence, 10 to shoot. 9:17 to play in the game. Left corner, Kiara Phillips with 5 to shoot. Outside the arc, finds Roberts. Fadeaway 2, left wing, no. Underneath, Tanner fighting for the rebound. It's saved out of bounds by Byram to a Spartan. Lawrence picked it up, threw it up, and was fouled.
The Spartans are just a step quicker than we are this evening here at the Heights Center. Also, we can't find anybody to score. I mean, we have nobody in double figures yet.
Oh, got one, CeCe Byram.
Byram, she just scored, yes.
Well, she's got 15. But other than that, nobody else. Lawrence hits the first free throw.
That's been kind of a trend over the last several ball games. Byron has been scoring, but nobody has stepped up really to help her.
9:05 left in the game, and Lawrence got a rebound after she missed a free throw, gave it underneath, and Roberts put it in. There is no excuse for not boxing out the shooter. 9-point edge. Sabritsky in transition beat the press. Good pass over the top of the defense from Byram. 55-48. Norfolk State leads by 7. They've got the rock, and they throw it away left corner. 8:45 left in the game, and Maryland Eastern Shore needs to capitalize here. The Hawks have hit just 4 of 10 shots in the second half. Norfolk State has hit 7 of 20 shots in the second half. Byram gets a screen from the left, used it, bounced to the corner where Eaton redirects underneath. They work it back to Eaton in the left corner. Good ball rotation here as Kelly goes to work and missed the layup. Eaton underneath, ripping it around, and a jump ball is called. That was better energy on the offensive end, but they still didn't put the ball in the hole.
Same result. A couple nice passes, bounce pass into the post. Good move by Kelly, just to not finish it with the left hand.
Couple substitutions here. Long, Lawrence. Let's see who else comes in. Daniels has just checked in. Phillips and Siobhan Beslow round out the 5 for Norfolk State. Phillips on the left wing, a chest pass up top to Daniels, and she'll throw right side now to Long. Long into the high key. Beslow from the free throw line makes it. 57-48. 8 minutes to play. Hawks down 9. Byram all the way up the floor, a consistent theme, and she missed the layup. Also a consistent theme. Here's Norfolk State with the ball in transition. Phillips to the left corner. Harper fakes. Check that. Daniels fakes and drives and misses. Both of these teams are shooting the ball furiously early in the shot clock.
And it's up and down game, and they're letting them play.
Byram has it near the left elbow for the Hawks. Goes up top for a Thompson three. Bricks it long. Kelly there for the offensive board. Had it jarred out of her hand, but she was fouled. Let's see who they whistle it on. It's on Alexis Long. Her fourth, team first of the fourth quarter. Tanner and Basie both come back in as Lawrence and Long check out. Tip of the cap to Larry Vickers. He has done a nice job in what is a very difficult task for him. Now the head coach for the ladies as well as the assistant coach for the men. Taylor Thompson from the right elbow makes it 57-50. He was named the head coach of the ladies team just 2.5 weeks ago. Tonight his 5th game in that role. In the left corner, Daniels holds the ball, puts it on the hard court, pops from deep and missed. Kira Eaton pulls away the rebound from her own teammate.
Eaton is the inspired Hawk out there over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
She's got 3 points, but 10 rebounds today. Kira Eaton crashing the glass. She had 4 early in the first quarter. Eaton in that left corner. Finds Byram at the top of the arc. Back to Eaton. Underneath to Kelly now. And she turns around and missed the layup. Eaton the putback up and in. She fouled it from behind. Kira Eaton, you're right, playing inspired basketball.
Great offensive rebound. Put it right back up for the deuce. Eaton.
It's a new career high in rebounds for the freshman. 57-52. Eaton with 12 boards. Phillips, top of the rainbow, put it in. I guess she had her foot on the line. 59-52. Every time the Hawks put the ball in the hole and maybe have a little momentum, Dave, it's quickly nullified.
By outside jump shot, usually. They've shot the ball pretty well. Phillips' 11th point.
Lawrence has 16. Phillips with 11 for Norfolk State. Byram has 15. Sabritsky has 11 for UMES. Here's Byram fouled on her way to the hoop pre-shot, and she'll have a chance to inbound the ball here. I think they hit Basie. Yep. Kira Basie picks up her second.
This time we have a line at the 3-throw line.
Byram. And a foul. I think it's on the Hawks. Sure is. It's on Eaton. Eaton on the inbound did something illegal, though I admit I didn't see it. Second team foul on the Hawks in the fourth quarter, and they give it right back, down by 7.
I didn't see it either, but the referee who called it was about 4 feet away from her, so
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Give her the benefit of the doubt. The Hawks are back into a 2-3 matchup zone now.
Not a big crowd on hand, as a couple of the officials will get together for a moment. There's probably just a few hundred people inside the arena tonight. We'll have our second game of our doubleheader coming up 30 minutes after the first one concludes. It will be slightly after the scheduled 7:30 tip time. Basie in the forecourt working to the right. She passes back to the left where Phillips finds Roberts. Bounced to the left corner and into trouble. Basie comes over for some help, and I think she traveled. Yes, she did.
Good trap by the Lady Hawks that time. Looks like some emphasis being put on some defense over the last 5 minutes. Try to get a couple of steals to score.
Hawks have 2 timeouts left, 1:30, 1 full. Norfolk State, 3 timeouts, 2 30s and a full. Byram hits a 3 from right at the top of the perimeter. 59-55, and Byram's got 18 big points. 6 of 12 shooting. Hannah tries to answer and just missed it long. Basie grabs the offensive rebound. Roberts has it left corner for Norfolk State. Back to Basie at the top of the arc. Roberts in the left corner tries to drive, and she is hit in traffic and fouled on the way to the rim. Byram had 18 on Saturday. She's got 18 again today. Only 2 20-point games in her career. She had 24 against USC Upstate and 22 against North Carolina A&T earlier in the year, but Byram having another big game today. 59-55, timeout on the floor as Sabritsky picks up her 4th personal. Back for the final 4:55 when we return to the Heights Center. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
You're listening to Lady Hawks Now. And coming up, it's the Fighting Hawks. Listen to UMES basketball on Fox Sports 960 and anywhere at sfmsports.net.
Maryland Eastern Shore trailing 59-55 in crunch time here inside the Heights Center. You tuned in a little late. Alongside Dave Bird, I'm Brendan Gulick. Dave, the current athletic director at Pocomoke High School and longtime coach in the area. Love having him on the broadcasts here for our home games. Had a lot of contests at home of late. And tonight's game is equally as suspenseful as some of the others we've had during this home stretch.
They've been going down to the wire.
Roberts at the line for Norfolk State, and she hits. With that free throw, Roberts continues to contribute off the bench. She's got 9 bench points. Her second free throw of the night upcoming. Reigning conference rookie of the year puts it up, and it does not fall after rattling around. 60-55, Norfolk State. They're on defense off to our left as we sit across the floor from the teams. Byram just outside the elbow, passes over the top of the defense to Eaton. Back to Byram left side, bounces low in the post. Kelly goes back to Eaton near the right elbow. She lost the ball, she tried to drive in the paint, picked it back up and went to Thompson. Once more up to Byram. 6 to shoot. Cece for 3. No, it bounced toward the right side of the corner. Byram picked it up, and I think she was shoved out of bounds. Everybody went sprawling into the Hawks bench after some furious passing on the offensive end of the floor.
I think Eaton was pushed out also.
The foul goes on Beslow, her third, team third. Both teams with 2 fouls. I should say 1 foul to give here in the last of the 4th. Sabritsky inbounds after a fresh clock. She got it right back in the corner. After a substitution, Harper is in the ballgame. Underneath, and I think we have a travel before a foul.
Yep, that's what happened.
Kelly could not keep her footing. Terriana Kelly has committed her 4th turnover. That is 21 Maryland Eastern Shore turnovers tonight.
Yeah, we keep
21.
turning into the defense, Brendan. It's standing right there. You got to know where the defense is behind you before you make that move.
Hawks try a double team in front of the Norfolk State bench. Into the high post. Phillips finds a backdoor Harper. She pulls it back out with under 4 minutes to play. Working back toward the left corner for a 3. Lawrence buries it.
Lawrence has been very, very successful off of the
62-55. Byram on the right wing looks underneath. Here's Terriana Kelly spinning around and throwing it away. 22 turnovers. Harper up the floor. Hit the layup. 64-55. UMES down 9 points. Timeout, Maryland Eastern Shore. This has been a frustrating night. 30-second timeout for Fred Batchelor. He's got 1 full timeout remaining.
Very frustrating on the offensive end, especially. We've been getting this ball inside, just cannot put it in the basket, and the turnovers keep mounting and losing the basketball. 22 turnovers now for the Hawks in the basketball game.
You just can't have that. You can't expect to win a game when you turn it over 22 times.
And there's still 3:22 left. There's a lot of time on the clock, but every time we seem to get close, Norfolk State's got an answer. A big three by Lawrence, and then a layup forthcoming after that. 5 quick points. They pushed the 4-point lead up to 9 in a heartbeat.
Well, the Hawks are only 2-10 on the year when they commit more turnovers than their opponent. And tonight they have doubled up Norfolk State 22-11 in that department. I think they're going to take a look at the monitor across the way. Yep, 2 officials will head over there. Norma Jones, Felicia Young will check something out. Though I got to admit, I don't know what they're looking for.
Unless they're trying to figure out who fouled. I don't know. Clock was set, correct?
As it currently stands, there's 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. We'll see if there's any adjustment made to that. Hawks will go on the road next weekend after playing 3 straight at home. They'll take short road trips to Delaware State for the first time this year, and they'll play Howard for the second time this year, but first time obviously on the road. Saturday at 2 o'clock and Monday at 5:30 on the ladies' side.
That could be 2 fun games for the Hawks. We get to go back to
hope so.
D.C. and still see the leading scorer in the country.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. James Daniel III on the men's side had a casual 34-point effort on Saturday, but his team lost in double overtime to Norfolk State. 3:20 to play, 64-55. UMES down 9, and Byram makes it a 7-point deficit as she gets back to the hole.
Right through the zone. Right through the zone.
Byram with her 3rd career 20-point game. She's hit 7 of 14 shots. Unfortunately, of her 7 misses, I think at least 5 have been layups. Roberts traveled with the ball on the left wing for Norfolk.
That's the second time she's done that. I don't think it hurt. Norfolk was changing their style a little bit. They're trying to work some clock, and they didn't seem very comfortable in doing so.
Hawks down 7, under 3 minutes to play. Byram wants a 3. Missed it way to the left. Rebound out to the free throw line, and Beslow pulls it in. Norfolk State trying to put the finishing touches on their 2nd straight win as Lawrence dribbles near the timeline. Makes her way to the 3-point arc and backs away again. To the right side now in Roberts. Kayla Roberts to the paint. Up. No, it missed everything short, and Beslow slipped in underneath, pulled it out of the air, and flicked it up and in.
Again, the Hawks standing on the rebound instead of going after the basketball.
66-57. UMES caught sleepwalking. Byram wants to take matters into her own hands, and she's fouled.
Well, she has taken matters into her own hands. She got 20 points on the game. And every time she goes to the left side for a bucket, she either gets a bucket or a couple of 3 throws.
3rd personal on Kayla Roberts as Byram hits the first. 66-58. One more coming. It missed long. Phillips on the long rebound goes to her right and gives to Lawrence. Back to Phillips. She'll pass left side now. Roberts holding over her head. Lobs it back to the top of the arc. Lawrence holds at her right hip, and Sabritsky really pressures her. Under 2 minutes to play. Lawrence through the left lane for an easy layup.
Right by you, Dozy, that time. Right down the side. Left-handed layup.
Timeout called for by Norfolk State. They lead it by 10, 68-58. This is almost their largest lead of the game. They led by 11 right at the end of the 2nd quarter. This game has been incredibly frustrating for Maryland Eastern Shore. They just have not played well all evening.
I got nothing in going. It's been, as we talked about, a little laissez-faire mood and kind of lackadaisical. I think they're thought they must have had a game won before they come out.
I was going to say, do you think maybe the fact that they just played a team on Saturday and they played pretty flat? Coach Batchelor said in the post-game interview that he felt his team kind of quit. And do you think maybe part of it was the mentality of coming in, playing against a team that was 1-19? We'll know eventually. Sabritsky from the right elbow. Spins to the left side of the key, almost lost the ball. Up top to Udoji, who passes right side to Byram with just 1:25 to play. Cece baseball tosses to Eaton on the right elbow. She makes her way to the paint, puts it up, and missed it. Tipped around several times, and we've got a foul on Taylor Thompson.
Give Norfolk State credit that time. They played very good defense. Nobody could get the ball inside the paint. The Norfolk State Spartans were everywhere. Full court pressure now by the Hawks. Lodozi on the basketball.
Both teams at the limit defensively here in terms of fouls in the fourth quarter. Corinne Lawrence off the inbound is double teamed and fouled in the backcourt by Lexi Udoji. So free throws coming.
They should be shooting, yeah.
Norfolk State started the year with 19 consecutive losses. They went into double overtime and beat Howard 110-108 on Saturday, and right now they have a 10-point lead. Keep it that way after the first miss with just 1:13 left. And again, they've had some closely contested games.
Yeah, look at the score sheet.
Yeah, they lost by 4 to St. Francis Brooklyn, lost by 4 to UNC Wilmington. They've had some closely, some good close losses. I think we had a lane violation on that first miss. Wow. So Lawrence hits what becomes the first and then misses the second. Udoji was fouled from behind by Roberts, who reached around to try to slap it away. So that will send Udoji to the run. Roberts just picked up her fourth.
And they stopped the clock.
That's right. That's the last thing Norfolk State wanted to do. So the arena falls quiet with Lexi Udoji at the free throw line for a Hawks team that has struggled from the stripe all year. Lexi hits the first. It's 69-59. 1:12 left in the game. Udoji up and good a second time. Lexi's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 turnovers today. And she commits a foul in the backcourt out of necessity. She fouls Beslow.
Full court pressure, and she's on the ball. As soon as the pass goes to either side, then she immediately goes foul. That's what it looks like is going to happen over the last minute 8 we have here.
So Beslow at the strike. Puts the shot up and in. Beslow, a quiet evening, just 7 points, 3 rebounds for the team's leading scorer and one of their better rebounders. Puts that one in too. A game-high 11-point lead for Norfolk State, 71-60. 1 minute to play. Byram, top of the arc, works her way to the left, wants to go to the hoop, and she missed it badly, but Lexi Udoji there for the putback. You get the feeling Byram is just trying to take over by herself as Taylor Thompson fouls Phillips on the floor. You like the aggressiveness from Byram. You want to see someone take charge, but maybe she's being a little too selfish on the floor at times because she's put up some shots that were easily, at best, difficult shots, and some of them have not looked not looked close to the rim.
Yeah, I think she's doing that because you got a lot of Hawks players that are standing there watch her handle the ball. So it's not a great deal of moving to get open. She's got a tough place to find a pass.
Haven't seen much of Regine Martin in this game after she got the start. Played only 5 minutes. Thompson missed from the paint. Rebound comes down to Roberts. 72-62 Norfolk State as Udoji commits her fourth foul. That one in the forecourt with 36 seconds left. Once more, free throws coming.
If the Spartans keep making free throws, this game will be history.
Norfolk State connects on the first, 73-62. With the win today, they will improve to 24-16 all-time against Maryland Eastern Shore. Harper hits that one, too. 74-62 as Udoji's pass goes toward midcourt. Byram picks it up. Lawrence guards are hip for hip. Final 30 seconds, Hawks down 12. Byram fouled on the left side of the floor, and she'll shoot free throws. Just delaying the inevitable.
Correct. Norfolk State showing a little bit of experience there. They need to just let the clock run at this point.
Third foul on Lawrence. So Byram at the line to continue adding to a impressive day. She's now got 22 points. 2 shy of her career high from the second game of the season against USC Upstate. One more. Up. No good. Rebound falls to Phillips. The shot clock is off for Norfolk State. Phillips finds Harper on the left wing, back up top. And the ladies wearing green have smiles on their faces. Norfolk State holds the ball near midcourt. And the clock counts down from 10 seconds with rounds of applause from the players, coaching staff, and a few of the fans behind the green and gold bench.
How about that?
Our final score tonight, as you hear the final buzzer, 74-63. UMES falls to Norfolk State, who wins their second straight ball game and improves to 2-19 on the year. The Hawks fall to 6-16. Maryland Eastern Shore goes 0 for 2 at home this weekend with losses to Hampton and Norfolk State. It's been a rough stretch for them. Hopefully they'll quickly turn things back the other direction. Fred Batchelor joins us in our post-game interview. Again, final score 74-63. Fred, today I think the story was the number of missed layups and the number of turnovers. Both didn't go into your favor. Anything you can attribute that to?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I thought Norfolk played pretty well. They hit some shots, but we didn't play well. We didn't play well enough to win. And all I can think about as it was going down is, what do I say to them? We just haven't been playing well. We're in a funk. And it seems it's getting worse before it gets better, and we got to find a way to work through it. We got to get some. I thought CC gave us a lot of energy, a lot of heart, and about pretty much the only one, to be honest with you. And that's tough for a freshman point guard to have to put all that on her, because then it alienates her from everybody else, and you can't win like that.
Yeah, well, you're correct about Byram, Fred. She's a leading scorer by far. 22 points on the game. Zabriskie had 11, but nobody else is stepping up to score. We're getting the ball down inside to the big girls, but they just cannot finish underneath that basket for some reason.
I know. It's just, they're not making moves and not finishing, and it's really hurt because we're getting the ball inside.
Yeah, you're making good bounce passes inside the post, both sides. They turn around and unfortunately can't put it home.
Yeah, it's disappointing because I know they want to. I know they're working to get the ball. And it's difficult because I got to keep their confidence when they're battling, playing the way they've been playing, and that's a difficult thing for them more than for me.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. That was a tough loss. I'm sure you're looking forward to having a word with your team, so we appreciate your time.
Yeah, the pleasure of watching the tape. Yeah.
Final score tonight, 74-63. Norfolk State with an 11-point win. We'll be back after this timeout with our Delmarva Power all-access post-game show. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Each week, go inside the athletics program at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore with Hawks Talk.
I'm Brendan Gulick, radio voice of the Hawks, and we're joined today by head coach Bobby Collins.
Hear from UMES coaches.
The one thing that we did, we played hard.
Student athletes.
Being a student athlete, obviously student is first.
We're happy to do it in front of what is a really nice crowd here on Wednesday night at Buffalo Wild Wings on Route 13 in Salisbury. We'll be here from 7 to 8.
It's Hawks Talk from SFMSports.net on Fox Sports 960.
The Hampton Inn & Suites Fruitland Salisbury South is passionate about getting it right. Their promise to you includes a clean, comfortable hotel room, located only 7.5 miles from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Also conveniently located within walking distance of 5 different restaurants, plus a shuttle service that can take you back and forth to the campus. Hampton Inn & Suites, an official hotel of UMES Athletics.
The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. 13 institutions, all striving as one to excel in the classroom and on the field. A premier Division I conference with 16 sponsored sports, showcasing the talents and strengths of our student athletes through hard work and perseverance. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Peninsula Regional Medical Center is proud to be recognized as a national healthcare leader, delivering exceptional healthcare by exceptional people. The professional staff at PRMC is equipped to handle most injuries and illnesses that are non-life-threatening and can deliver immediate medical attention without an appointment. To get more information and up to the second wait times, visit peninsula.org. PRMC, proud to be the official healthcare provider of the UMES Hawks.
UMES Hawks basketball continues on SFMSports.net. Now, an in-depth recap of the game and a chat with the head coach. This is the All Access post-game show.
Maryland Eastern Shore falls to Norfolk State 74-63. Welcome inside the Delmarva Power post-game show. Delmarva Power, your life plugged in. Norfolk State with their second win of the season. They got 21 points from Corinne Lawrence on 8 of 13 shooting. She had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers. Kiara Phillips, a good game, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Dominique Harper, 11 points, 2 boards off the bench. 9 points from Kayla Roberts, 8 points from Alexis Long, and 8 points from Siobhan Beslow. The Hawks allowed Norfolk State to shoot 42% and hit 6 of 22 three-point shots. UMES did not really do much offensively. Cece Byram, the only spark plug, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 11 points from Moy Sabritsky. The rest of the team drastically struggled. 8 points on 2 of 8 shooting from Tariana Kelly. 5 points from Kira Eaton on 2 of 8 shooting. 8 points from Lexi Udoji on 3 of 8 from the floor. Udoji also had 5 rebounds. And 5 points from Taylor Thompson. She also had 3 boards. The Hawks had 7 assists and 22 turnovers. Norfolk State 17 assists and just 12 giveaways. The Hawks shot 37%, 4 of 13 from deep, and 19 of 27. That's 71%. From the free throw line. Dave, that was a tough game no matter how you spin it. The Hawks lost 3 of the quarters and tied 1 of the quarters. And honestly, they were outplayed from start to finish.
Well, that's the bottom line. I think we came out tonight with not our best effort. We didn't play very well. We turned the ball over. Norfolk State did not turn the ball over, shot the ball well. So, I mean, the results is exactly what we got, a 11-point loss for the Lady Hawks.
This presentation of UMES basketball is a copyright production of SFMSports.net and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. A big thanks to Steve Clendenin back in our SFM Sports Network studios. We'll have the men's contest between the 7-2 in-conference Norfolk State Spartans and 5-4 surging Hawks in the MEAC as well. That game will start in about 14 minutes. We'll have the pregame show here on SFMSports.net as well as on the radio, Fox Sports 960. So we'll talk to you in a few minutes for the start of our pregame show for the men's game. If you're not joining us for that, we'll talk to you on Saturday afternoon when the ladies square off against Delaware State. That's a 2 o'clock tip with a 1:50 pregame show. For Dave Bird, I'm Brendan Gulick. This is the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
This SFMSports.net presentation of UMES Hawks basketball has been brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car and renter's insurance. Pepsi, Courtyard by Marriott, Peninsula Regional Medical Center. UMES basketball is also brought to you by Hampton Inns and Suites of Salisbury, Signs by Tomorrow, and Frugals. Log on to SFMSports.net and click College Sports to get the broadcast schedules, listen to interviews, and watch home games. This has been a copyright broadcast on the Hawks Sports Network, powered by SFMSports.net.
wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. We used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
All alone she was living in a world without an end or beginning. Baby girl was living life for the feeling, but I don't mind. Oh, and all the wrongs she committed, she was numb and she was so codependent. She was young and all she had was the city, but I don't mind. And I know that she's capable of anything. It's riveting, but when you wake up, she's always gone. In the night she hears it calling. In the night she's dancing to relieve the pain. She'll never walk away. I don't think you understand. In the night when she comes crawling, dollar bills and tears keep falling down her face. She'll never walk away. I don't think you understand. He sang a song when he did it. He was cold and he was so unforgiving. Now she dances to the song on the minute. Yeah, all the time.
done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
This is the Hawk Sports Network from SFMSports.net. 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 Our broadcast begins in 30 seconds. This is the Hawk Sports Network from SFMSports.net. Our broadcast begins in 10 seconds.
University of Maryland Eastern Shore and SFMSports.net welcomes you to this presentation of UMES Hawks basketball. Brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% on car and renter's insurance. Pepsi. Courtyard by Marriott. Peninsula Regional Medical Center. UMES basketball is also brought to you by Hampton Inns and Suites of Salisbury. Signed by Tomorrow. And Frugals. Now, UMES Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
The Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks have won 4 straight games to go over 500 now in conference play. They've won 6 in a row at home, and they've got maybe their toughest test of the year tonight with a really talented Norfolk State program who's 7-2 in conference play, just a half a game out of first place. Welcome inside our all-access pregame show this evening. Alongside Dave Bird, I'm Brendan Gulick. Dave, the Hawks have played very well of late, but tonight's game is going to be a challenge of a different kind because of the way this team really shoots the ball.
That's right. They've got the best three-point shooters in the entire league. Their guard-oriented team with their guards are big guards at 6'3", 6'4", 5'11" point guard, but at any time, either one of those guys can put the ball in the basket. And Norfolk is on an upswing. They're just sitting below the first tier of the MEAC conference at 7-2 and waiting to grab the top spot, I would say.
Well, they've won 5 of their last 6 games, including a double overtime win in our nation's capital on Saturday. They beat Howard 99-92. This is a Norfolk State team that, yes, they do shoot the three-point shot well, but their best attribute, they are the #1 team in all of college basketball at the free throw line. Nobody shoots better than they do from the stripe. So if you're going to get into a foul shooting contest, you might want to try to rethink your game plan.
Well, that just shows why their 3 guards are the top 3 three-point shooters also. It just translates. They can knock down threes with their rate. They can certainly go to the free throw line and knock them down.
Zayna Robinson hit a career-high 4 of 6 from behind the arc on Saturday at Howard. He had 19 points in that game, also a career high for him. Over the last couple of ball games, Deshaun Taylor and preseason conference player of the year Jeff Short have both played exceptionally well. They are averaging more than 19 a game in their last 2.
Yes, and I'm going to give you some percentages. Unbelievable. Robertson shoots almost 41% from 3. Short is shooting 39% from 3, and Charles Oliver is also shooting 39 from 3. So that's a triple-header threat, and that's going to be tough to match up for the UMES Hawks.
Oliver will likely come off the bench. Freshman Alex Long's had a couple of nice weeks in a row. Back-to-back conference Rookie of the Week honors for Alex Long. He's averaging 5 points, 4 rebounds per game on the season, but he's played far better than that of late and will create an interesting matchup. The Hawks, coming off their 4th straight win, a big-time wire-to-wire sit on the edge of your seat victory.
It was fun.
They beat Hampton 73-70 on Saturday. It was their first victory over Hampton since 2008 and just their second victory against Hampton since the turn of the century. The Hawks have had similar lack of success against the Spartans. Norfolk State has beaten UMES 23 of the last 26 times, but of those 3 wins for Maryland Eastern Shore, one of them was in that most recent contest last year when they played each other down in Norfolk. It was almost a tie game at halftime, and UMES came out in the second half and, quite frankly, blew their doors off. They won the game by 20.
Yes, that's right. And they could, the way the things are positioning up, they could see each other again very early in the MEAC tournament. The one thing about this game, though, I'm not so sure Norfolk State has somebody can match up with the current player of the week, Dominic Elliott.
Dominic Elliott was named the player of the week just a couple of hours before our women's contest started here this evening, and it's a well-deserved honor. Elliott has played exceptional basketball over the last couple of weeks, but certainly deserved that honor this week. UMES has not won 5 straight games since the 97-98 season, but a win tonight would give them 5 in a row. We'll see what they've got in store as we continue our pregame show next. This is the Hawk Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
The Courtyard by Marriott on Route 13 in Salisbury offers comfortable rooms and meeting spaces, as well as always superior customer service in a great location near the mall. Call 410-742-4405 and ask for details about their special UMES athletics rate. The Courtyard by Marriott in Salisbury, an official hotel of UMES Athletics and a proud sponsor of Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Consider the cup holder. There's probably one feeling empty next to you right now. No Pepsi, no hope. Just look at it, won't you? All across the country, cup holders are being neglected. Instead of Pepsi, they're being filled with loose change or crumpled up receipts. But you can help. Get a Pepsi and refresh a cup holder's life. Our thirsts are counting on it. In fact, I'm having one right now. That is refreshing. Pepsi, refresh yourself. Refill your cup holder.
Gary Stockbridge, Delmarva Power Region President on investing in communities.
Over the next 5 years, we're investing $1.7 billion in our electric systems. Advanced technology is helping us be more responsive while letting you take control of your energy use. And we're trimming trees along more than 1,600 miles of power lines to help prevent outages and ensure reliability. This is our commitment to you. Our work continues.
Delmarva Power, online at delmarva.com.
Bobby, you're here again.
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Norfolk State and Maryland Eastern Shore get ready for tonight's contest in Princess Anne. Let's look at the starting lineups as we've got about 6 minutes or so before they'll announce those lineups here on the floor. Bobby Collins and his group are 8-16 on the season, 5-4 in conference play, winners of 4 in a row. Here's how they'll go out. At point guard, a junior from Harlem, New York, Thomas Rivera. Rivera will get the start at point guard tonight. After the last few weeks, Ahmad Frost has started at point guard, but he went down with a knee injury and was seen on crutches earlier today. Ahmad doesn't believe the injury is too serious and hopes to return soon, but no official diagnosis on the left knee injury. So Thomas Rivera makes his 9th start of the season. He's playing 20 minutes a game, and he's scoring 4.5 points with 2 rebounds per night. At guard, a senior from Baltimore, Maryland, Devin Martin. Martin makes his 25th start of the season, 17 points, 4.5 rebounds per night. Also the second leader on the team in assists behind Rivera. Martin is the 3rd leading scorer in the conference. Shane Randall, the junior forward from Philadelphia, makes a start, his 2nd straight start, and his 13th of the season. Randall, 2.2 points and 1.5 rebounds per contest. One of just 2 3-year players for UMES. Bakari Copeland, the junior forward from Decatur, Georgia, will make the start. Bakari has started all but 2 games this year. This is his 23rd start of the season. Just over 10 points per game and just over 4 rebounds per game for Bakari Copeland. He's got 14 double-digit point efforts this year, including 11 times in the last 13 ball games. And the final starter for the Hawks is the big senior forward from Savannah, Georgia, and the reigning conference player of the week, Dominique Elliott. His 25th start of the year. Elliott averaging just a shade under 14 points per game. He leads the team with 7.3 rebounds a night as well. And his free throw shooting has been excellent of late. Elliott has racked up 5 double-doubles. That's 2nd most in the conference. The head coach of the Hawks is Bobby Collins. He's in his 2nd year leading the team with a 26-31 record at UMES. His career coaching record, 207 and 203 in 14 seasons. So again, it's Rivera, Martin, Randall, Copeland, and Elliott for the Hawks. For Norfolk State, they're 11-13 on the year, 7-2 in the conference under Robert Jones. The Spartans have been a real treat to watch over the last several years. In fact, only once in the last 60 years have they finished under 500 in whatever conference they're playing in. This school is absolutely known for basketball. Yeah. At guard, a sophomore from Duluth High School in Duluth, Georgia, Zeno Robinson. Robinson started in that most recent ball game, and he has played very well. Had a career-high 19 points, 4 of 6 threes in the win on Saturday over Howard. At guard, a senior, Deshaun Taylor. He is a native of the Bahamas. Taylor has played very well this season for Norfolk State. Third leading scorer on the team, 12.5 points per night. Taylor is also 4.7 rebounds per game and a 37% shooter from beyond the arc. Their best player is redshirt senior guard Jeff Short, who is a transfer from Fordham. Short, the leading scorer on the team at 16.3 a night. He is 83% from the free throw line and 38% from deep. One of the best in the conference in both of those regards. Short is an electrifying scorer and the conference preseason player of the year. At forward, a freshman from Clinton, Maryland, and from Mount Zion Prep High School. It's Alex Long, again, the two-time reigning MEAC Rookie of the Week. Long has played very well of late and is crucial, usually coming off the bench, but has seen increased playing time with now 11 starts, including tonight, on his resume this year. Final starter for Norfolk State, sophomore forward Jordan Butler from Hartford, Connecticut. Jordan Butler has been another big piece. He makes his 24th start of the season, 6 points, 7 rebounds per ball game. So it's Robinson, Taylor, Short, Long, and Butler for Norfolk State. Head coach of the Spartans is Robert Jones. He's in his third season leading that team. 50-42 record for the Spartans. And I think it's safe to say Robert Jones has been pleased with the efforts that he's seen from his upperclassmen. 2 freshmen, 4 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 4 seniors for this fairly well-balanced Norfolk State team.
Yeah, and both teams, Norfolk State and Hampton, are kind of playing for the bragging rights in the Tidewater area down there. And with the MEAC tournament being played at the Scope in Norfolk, there's a lot of people that's going to be watching these two teams.
Can't wait for tonight's contest. We'll take our final timeout on the All Access pregame show. When we come back, it's the Hawks and the Spartans from Princess Anne. You're listening to the Hawks Sports Network on SFMSports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. 13 institutions, all striving as one to excel in the classroom and on the field. A premier Division I conference with 16 sponsored sports, showcasing the talents and strengths of our student athletes through hard work and perseverance. The Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Every golfer wants to play better golf. Whether it's fixing a slice off the tee or learning how to accurately read a green, there's always room to make your game just a little bit stronger. The key to better golf is the best instruction, and Golf Digest is the only place you can learn from the game's hottest pros. Ernie Els, Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, and many more. Subscribe today, and for just $14.97, you'll get 12 issues of Golf Digest with easy-to-follow tips and techniques, reviews of top equipment, information on the best places to play, even our quick reference pocket tips in every issue. Order Golf Digest now, and we'll send you a DVD featuring renowned instructor Jim McLean. It's absolutely free with your paid subscription. Learn Jim's favorite drills to help isolate your problem areas and practice plans that will help fine-tune your game. Subscribe to Golf Digest today for this limited-time DVD offer.
Call 800-248-5568. That's 800-248-5568 to get your subscription to Golf Digest. 800-248-5568.